Hey everybody, Iceman 50 here. This is breaking news. This morning I woke up. Didn't really wake up, but earlier. But anyways, so my neighbor called me and said that there was somebody out front walking around. What you're seeing here is a video I took of a guy that's been lifting up on door handles and trying to get into the to our buildings here. So I went around the corner and I'm coming back here and just trying to see the guy. I'm kind of sorry for the format. Trying to be not too suspicious to this guy. Anyways, if you look on your right, you can see him walking over by that black car. It was just for a second on your right there, and my next door neighbor called me and said he's at the back of the lot. Now, she did call the police. That's what you see here. He's talking to another resident. I saw this guy sitting in a car next to where they're at, and then he got out and started walking away. So he was already in a vehicle, and so he ran to the back of the property, and then the cops caught up with him, and he tried running, and what you're about to see is me running over there to the back of the property, filming him. They got this guy. They locked him up. They sent a bunch of cars over, and here we go. I'm going to see if I can turn this video. So this is me zooming in on him here. So basically they're just asking him some questions. What are you doing here? Let's listen. He says, where do you think you are? What have you been up to? This guy was caught trying to break into vehicles. I saw him in a vehicle myself. I'm taking more video right now. He's right here. Got any weapons on you? And here comes the cavalry. Here we go. Video's fixed. We're, huh? Here comes the. Nice. Yeah, we did too. Here comes the truck. Step out. I ain't talking to nobody.
Oh.
I'm videoing. Oh, there's that sweet ass.
I love that one. Yeah.
I love that pickup. This is close enough. Okay. I don't want to, trust me, with all the videos I've seen, this is close enough. Another officer. If they don't mind being filmed. Because this is private property.
We live here, though.
I know, it's private property, which means I can do whatever I want.
All right.
Because I live here.
All right.
If you can hear, he just said he tried getting in that guy's car, go talk to him. So there's another officer coming up here. And so he's going to come talk to us. And I end the video here. All right, guys, so I just threw up a picture of this car that this dude was sitting in. Anyway, so the whole point is that, I'm glad my neighbor called me, and I went outside and, kind of nonchalantly pretended like I wasn't looking, but of course I was. And caught him in this car here that you see, and then I walked down the block, and my first video is where you see me coming back around, and he saw me, and he decided to move on, but, again, kind of weird. And so anyways, my friend had called me, and I was like, hey, I'm like, you should call the police. And she was like, okay. So she called the cops and came back, and meanwhile I was just kind of out here, and she said, oh, he's at the back of the units. And so I ran to the back of the property, and started filming, and that's where you could see what I was doing. But this happens occasionally over here. This apartment complex that I live in, it's not the greatest, but this isn't the first time this has happened. We've had other people coming around checking door handles. Even my wife had, some stuff stolen out of her car. I think some cigarettes or something. But she accidentally left it unlocked. But I think it's gotten worse here because of C-19. Everybody, and just crimes of opportunity. Right? People are desperate. So, anyways, yeah, hide your kids, hide your wife, all that. Make sure your doors are locked. And I'm glad I was sitting here on the couch and she called me because she said he was kind of over by my car. I got the nice Challenger, and I definitely don't want anybody breaking into my car. So, but all right, guys. This is woke me up this morning. I'm getting ready to build a computer today. So I'll video that too, so you guys can see that. That'll be pretty interesting. But this is something to get your adrenaline pumping. My back already hurts. I'm not as young as I used to be. So, but all right, guys. Thanks for sticking around, and hope you enjoyed this. We'll talk to you. Bye. Hey everybody, Iceman 50 here. I got a little update at the end of the video. My neighbor came over, and she's got a whole other side of the story. From where I came in. But so I thought it would be interesting if you heard from her, and she can tell the story. So go ahead and start the story off.
All right. Hi, everybody. So anyway, I'm leaving for work this morning, 8 o'clock. I come down. I see this young African-American, kind of walking around the parking lot over by Iceman's car there. Thought it was a little odd. I thought it looked like he was kind of trying the handles to see if any cars were open, kind of looking like he was sketchy there. He knew I was watching him. I get in my car. I don't take off right away. He starts to meander over to the next building on the sidewalk. So I pull out, and I'm creeping behind him. I'm not pretending. He knows I'm there. He looks over his shoulder, sees me, goes up to the next building, 1106. He's sitting there trying to buzz himself in, and it's going, rejected, wrong number. And, I got the window cracked down, so I'm hearing this. So I roll it all the way down after the second, and I'm like, hey, what, you lost or something? He turns around, mumbles something. I can't hear what he's saying, so I'm like, hold on a second. I throw it in the park. I go get out of the car, walk over to the other side. I go, talk louder. You lost or something? He's like, oh, no, man. I was just looking for my friend. All these buildings look the same. I got confused and all, And I'm like, yeah, uh-huh. So I get back in my car. But instead of leaving the parking lot, I just cross over to the other side. Now, he sees what I'm doing. I pull into a parking spot. That's when I call Iceman, and I'm like, hey, dude, you up? He's like, no, not yet. So I tell him what's going on. I'm like, check outside. I'm going to, he knows I'm waiting here. I'm going to go, So that's when Jason starts to walk over to the main office, acting like he's got something to do. And when he's walking around there, that's when he sees this guy in somebody's car. So somebody obviously left their car unlocked, and he's sitting in there thinking that he's just hiding out. He's smart. And Jason comes back. The dude's walking around the parking lot in a different area. So Jason calls me back. He's like, you better call the cops. So I do. I head back, get here. He's already talking to the cops. I give the cop the picture I took of him. Oh, yeah, I did take a picture of him, too.
I guess I'll have to add that in here.
And, yeah, Jason will have to add that one in. And then I'm getting ready to leave to go to work. So I'm going out the back way because my car is pointed the way I usually don't go. Never go this way. Go around the corner. And who do I see on the sidewalk in the back of the buildings? Is my boy just walking down the sidewalk like he's all cool. So I start creeping again. He notices me again. I'm creeping on him. He notices me. And then he ducks between two cars. I stop my car, and I'm just sitting there staring. I call Jason. He picks up the phone. I'm like, you still by the cop? He's like, yeah, yeah. I'm like, he's back here. He's back by the school on the back of the buildings. Tell him to come over here quick. As I'm saying this, all of a sudden I see a head pop up. Dude's like peeking to see if I'm still there or not. It's hysterical. I'm like, he's prairie dogging it. He's prairie dogging it. Laughing at the stupidity of kids, okay? So he runs across and he tries another car. And as he's trying to get into another car while I'm sitting there, the owner sees him. He's like, dude, what are you doing? You know, at this time the cop's pulling up. So the kid starts, walking on the sidewalk again, pulls his hood down like, hey, now he's got a new disguise and all. Cop rolls down the window and he's like, hey, wait a minute, want to talk to you and stuff. Goes to get out. Kid starts running. Well, cop jumps in the car, throws it in reverse. He's running towards me. There just so happens to be a flock of geese that came walking over. Must have scared him because he stopped in his tracks. Ducked between two more cars. Now we're playing hide and seek again. Cop comes rolling up. He comes running out. Cop has to turn around, jumps out of the car, chases him down, ends up tackling him, and then that's where Jason's video comes in. So anyway, moral of the story, this kid was really